Hey everybody, it's Car Ray Rob. I'm Ray.
I'm Rob.
Today we're doing our before and after trailer breakdown for Jumanji. Welcome to the jungle. Okay, Rob, be honest. Do you have any hopes for this movie?
Not really. There's a lot of things going against this movie for me. I mean, number one is the fact it's a remake.
Is it a remake or is it a sequel?
Well, and that is a fair point. You know, I don't know. I've seen it marketed both ways. Like, I've seen some call it Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. Then I've seen some others as like Jumanji 2, Welcome to the Jungle. Oh, maybe the trailer will explain if it's a sequel or not, or maybe a reimagining. Either way, I think doing it this close after losing Robin Williams, it just has that extra layer of why are you doing this?
And The Rock's in it.
Yeah, that's never good.
I'm a big fan of The Rock when he's going against Stone Cold. I'm not so much of a big fan of The Rock when he's going against Jack Black.
Huh? He's not a bad actor per se, like especially some of his earlier forays into actual acting. There were glimmers of hope, you know, but I feel like he's definitely kind of just transitioned into that caricature. Everything he does has to be over the top and raw, very rock, and it's all right, man. Like we get it.
That's your wheelhouse. Kind of makes you think that emotional level that was in the first movie, the original, is probably not going to be here. But
yeah, there's a lot of depth, a lot of heart in the first movie, so I'll be interested to see if they're able to capture that with the cast that's involved. I feel like they've got a real uphill battle on that one. I feel like there's just going to be a lot of joke after joke.
Let's please prove us wrong and have a good movie here.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Wow, this is a fun group. Welcome to detention. Spencer, Bethany, Fridge, Martha, you're all here for a reason.
Hey, person walking.
You should be thinking about who you are and who you want to be. You'll have plenty of time to figure that out.
Is the Breakfast Club?
The basement.
Like, come on.
Clean the basement.
Are you gonna help or are you too pretty? I'm too pretty.
Yo, what's this?
A game for those who seek to find a way to leave their world behind. Jumanji. Pick a character and you're that person in the game.
Which one do I pick?
I don't think it matters that much.
Spinbar. Sounds like a badass.
I'll be the curvy genius.
Dr. Smolder Bravestone.
I guess I'm Ruby Roundhouse.
They're in the game. The Rock's in the game.
Guys. Oh, they.
Ow. Where's the rest of me?
Oh my God. Fridge?
Yeah, I'm Fridge. Who are you?
Me, Spencer.
Who is she?
Martha?
Quick refresher of who everybody is.
Right.
Short shorts in the jungle.
I think we got
Like a pond from Doctor Who.
We become the avatars we chose.
So that means
Bethany?
oh, Bethany. Don't
Who
look
would
at it.
describe him as a curvy genius? Like, come on.
Well, I don't have my clarinet, and all I see around here is pollen.
Well, I don't have a top 2 feet on my body.
Damn, that is a man right there. Don't cry, don't cry. Don't cry, it's gonna be okay. This is a video game, which means we all have special skills.
Are they playing Jumanji?
No, they're playing Mad Max.
That was so intense. I like.
Is this like where Steven was for 26 years?
Watch your step in here.
Maybe we're all in a coma.
Wish I was in a coma. Jinx, you're in a coma.
I'm not gonna get in there. You get in there. Yeah, I got a backpack. You can get water with a backpack. Everybody knows that.
If you die in the game, you die in real life.
I think my brain just died.
What the hell? What do they do?
Can I get that 2.5 minutes of my life back? I don't even know what that was.
We should thank them because they saved us a trip to the theater.
How is that even Jumanji? I mean,
it's not Jumanji.
Yeah.
I mean, they're in a jungle, but they're not playing Jumanji. Or at least you decided to make a Jumanji movie and in the trailer not show anything about actually playing Jumanji.
Turning it from a board game to a video game, I mean, I guess I get that, you know, kind of modernizing it a little bit, but even with that, I felt like there's a certain tactile nature to playing the game that was such an integral part of the first movie. I don't see how that's even going to remotely be involved in this movie.
You could do that, I guess, with like a platform. Hey, the power's out. We got to take the thing to another spot and continue the game. But getting sucked into the game, now you're not playing the game anymore. They're just going to be avoiding animals. You can call this any. Jumanji is not part of this movie, from what I can tell.
They bought the name, and now they've just done whatever they want to with it. They turned it into like this crazy comedy fest,
which to me doesn't look that funny. I mean, all right, Kevin Hart and Rock, stop. Yeah, I've seen you in enough movies. Find somebody else to act with, please.
Right. Jack Black, I mean, he's done his forays into kids movies before. I mean, that's not new. And it's funny because I do feel like in certain respects there's a couple of interesting possible twists in the film. So, you know, when all of these kids get sucked into the video game, for some of them are playing against type. So, you know, the hot girl becomes Jack Black. And so you're essentially going to be watching Jack Black pretend that he's a 16-year-old girl for the entire movie, which could be funny at times or get old really fast. The other kids essentially are kind of just amped up pretty versions of themselves.
Well, the tall guy's now short.
Oh, I suppose that's true. Yeah, that's fair. But, you know, so he becomes the short guy. Yeah. He is the jock. So again, playing against type a little
still
bit.
Kevin Hart is still pretty athletic.
This and Power Rangers, what's the deal with trying to every movie becoming the Breakfast Club? Group of misfits that are together in after-school detention or weekend detention, and then they become superheroes or they get sucked into video games or whatever. Like, even if there are interesting aspects to this movie, I feel like the over-the-top nature, the hyperkinetic action is just really going to detract from anything that they could possibly have going for this movie.
And I think a major thing that they have that's hurting this movie is they are not capturing any of the spirit of the original.
None.
They're not capturing any of like the creativeness of the original, like finding ways to play that board game while chaos around you is happening was like a very cool, interesting thing to watch. Looks like they've just totally abandoned all those aspects of the movie, which I'm like, why remake Jumanji if you're not going to make a Jumanji movie?
I would never say that Jumanji was a subtle movie. I mean, there was some very big action moments in that movie, you know, I mean, where huge jungle animals are plowing through houses, lots of CGI, you know, that type of thing. But this movie looks like that on crack. It is just a ADD overload of stimulation. I can't even see how there's going to be story mixed in with all of this just blah.
Yeah, Jumanji was never over the top. Like it's still like always felt like a real small movie because it felt like it was for people trying just to play a board game. Yeah. This just feels like you said, everything's on steroids, everything's on crack, and it's like that's just not fun.
Yeah, not at all. I'm going to say it. I said it before. I will say it again. Doing this close after losing Robin Williams just makes it hurt that much more. He brought so much to that character, so much depth, so much heart. It screams studio, it screams cash grab, and I can't even.
Hey Rob, it's time to rate Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. What do you give it? Forget it, or forget it?
I'm going to forget it.
Me too.
We've talked about nostalgia in the past and how it really does kind of drive the market in a lot of ways. And this is no different, you know, but I feel like compared to a lot of other things, this really is just a knife in the old heart. So, I mean...
Yeah, the original Jumanji is a movie when it pops up on TV, you could still get stuck watching it. Yeah. And, you know, like, just, I feel like the guy who greenlit this remake and calling it Jumanji, and for no reason other than just to try and trick people into watching it, like, you should be fired. Sorry.
Professor Plum, you were once a professor of psychiatry specializing in helping paranoid and homicidal lunatics suffering from delusions of grandeur.
Yes, but now I work for the United Nations.
So your work hasn't changed.